Hello, 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 ladies. We are live and kicking. Oh, don't you just love uh, computers when they decide to wipe your Zoom off? I'm like, today, love, but we got here on time. Just gonna admit everybody in, make sure that Jen's in. She is, I can see her. We are in for a right treat tonight, ladies. I'm telling you, this is going to be an incredible Zoom. If there's one thing that I know about Jennipher Hagenmayer is that she is what I would say a massive inspiration in the network marketing profession. I've had the pleasure of knowing Jennipher now for bloody hell, just shy of 10 years. And she absolutely amazes me with her motivation, her inspiration, commitment to helping women around the world see the beauty of the industry. And we're really, really lucky to have her tonight. She is tuning in from the other side of the world. She's in America on EST time. I think it's round about 5 o'clock in the afternoon for her. And she's running a busy house like most of us are. And I'm hoping that tonight she's going to be able to inspire you to kind of drop any excuses you might have for why the business isn't working and to kind of step into your power. That's one thing that I've seen of Jennipher over the past, I would say, last 2 years. I've seen her really step into her power, and it's like I said, it's really, really inspiring. There are still people coming into the room, so I'm going to give it a little minute and let a few more people come in. But Jen, if you are in the room, can you just like unmute yourself and come and say hello to the girls that are locked in right now?
Hey, 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 ladies.
Woo! There she is, my girl. We are so excited to have you. And I am going to be recording this tonight as well. I'm going to be putting it onto YouTube and getting it out there because I know that there's going to be a lot of women that maybe are sat on the fence to join in the industry. Maybe it's lack of confidence, lack of skill. And I'm hoping that tonight, or maybe going through heartache, all the things that me and you have been going through as well over the past, me only a few months, but you, it's been a few years, right? And I'm sure that tonight you're going to be able to help them move forward with all of that as well. So still more people coming into the room. Jen, do you just want to let the girls know how long you've been in network marketing and just tell them a little bit of your backstory?
Absolutely. First of all, Katie, thank you so much for having me here. It's been a pleasure over the last decade doing business with you as a sideline sister and now officially, working hand in hand. So thank you for having me here. And ladies, thank you for showing up. I know it's late over there in the UK. And, the fact that you're here tonight shows me that you are serious about your business because you could be sleeping. You could be Netflixing and chilling, and instead you are here tonight ready to, learn, grow, and really invest into your business. And that's the biggest thing that I want to focus in on this evening is, investing in your business and how to do that through heartache, through controversy, through ups and downs, through the world happenings, through, the daily thing called life, ladies, okay? Because it's always something, is what I've realized. So yes, I started network marketing. I want to say it's a little over 10 years, but I was with my prior company for an official 10-year time. Before that, I had about a year into the business, kind of the thing that got me started and realized that, something is magical here in the network marketing space. But as you know, I've been here with pharmacy for actually, it's been 1 year this week. So this is a huge honor to be here as well as we celebrate during the new year. And yeah, with you, Katie. So it's been about 11 years, I want to say.
Yeah. And what would you say are the three words that describe your journey so far?
Oh man, the three words that would describe my journey so far has been magical, has been motivational, and life changing.
Yeah. And you know what? I love that you've just touched on that because I think when people step into this industry, they just think, oh, it's just to make money, but it's so much more than that. The transformation that you actually, you have, it's hard to describe that. to somebody new coming in. It's not actually the money. I mean, the money is great. Let's not get it twisted. We need the money to survive, but the transformational journey that you experience, the confidence that you get from being around like-minded women like me and Jen, is you can't put a price on that. You know, it's really powerful. I think this profession doesn't get enough look, to be honest, and that's why we're here tonight. Really, is to share a little bit more about that. So, Jen, take us back to the beginning. And when would you say that your entrepreneurial fire started to sort of burn? Would you say?
Well, what's funny about network marketing, you guys, is that it truly will manifest into what you need at that time. So when I originally started, I was just a girl that wanted a discount. And I was married at the time. I had a busy household. I had 4 children, and it was a one income family. And we didn't need the money, but I certainly wanted to help contribute. And more importantly, I wanted to have that independence. I was a stay-at-home mom for about 10 years, and I always found myself doing different bits and ends, like selling on eBay or watching the neighbors' kids just to make a little bit of income. And one day, the opportunity was presented to me, and I was like, I'm interested for the discount. And maybe I can make a little bit of money, but I spent the first year not really doing much with the business. And it wasn't until after I had my fourth child that I thought, you know what, I've got that extra energy. After you have a baby, you're just like, I got to get my life together and I'm going to try to do something. I didn't go to college. I was a mom at 21 years old and 4 kids at this point. I was 31. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to set out to try to accomplish something. And my prior company had, goals that I thought, well, why not? Let's just do what needs to be done. And you guys, sometimes it's not the ultimate goal. It's those daily actions that you do that will inevitably get you there. It's called the compound effect. And that's just what I did. I had fun. And I found purpose in helping other women realize their potential. That was my main motivator once I made the decision. And the decision is the biggest thing that you are going to hear time and time again, no matter what company you are with, whatever time frame, whatever season of life you're in, you got to make a decision. So I just ultimately one day said, I want to make a decision and I'm going to carry through and do the daily habits and the routines that are required in order to ultimately have what I considered success. And success is different for everybody. It's not necessarily monetary. It doesn't mean that it's, a trip earned, although those things are amazing within network marketing, part of the reason why I am here. But ultimately, I wanted to surround myself with a group of women that were having success as well. And that's the way I determined if they were winning, I was winning. So, that's kind of like what kept me motivated. And then the next thing you know, I woke up and I had a thriving business. It was insane.
Yeah, because you're doing the steps. That's it, the consistency wheel. And you can see, once you start getting those, I like to call them confidence boosts within the business, it pushes you through, even when you've got shit going on.
Mhm.
Life, unfortunately, life is life in
Mhm.
regardless. So you may as well be doing something that you enjoy. And I think, that is the beauty of this business. It's really enjoyable because it slots around your everyday life, and you can, there's no cap to the level of success that you can have. Now, one thing that I do want to ask you, Jen, because we are a social world now, and I mean, us, I would say more so us, we do portray everything, the ups, the downs, the sideways, but not everybody does on social media. They only show you the best bits. And I would like to ask if, what was life like before your success? Even though I know this, these guys don't know what your life was like before you had success. And what did the world see versus what happened behind closed doors? Now, if what I'm saying is, if you went to Jen's social media, you would see what was happening behind closed doors as well, because she's an open book like me. But you guys don't know Jen. Some of you do, some of you don't. So if you can kind of give them a roundhouse of what it was like.
I would say that I've always led an authentic life when it came to social media. And I think that just came by nature. So I can't say I've ever really hidden. I think that I'd be more at fault as in not showing up when times got tough. That is ultimately because I didn't want to show that vulnerable side all the time. And a mentor of mine said, people connect through your vulnerabilities and not through your strengths. And just hearing that and knowing that was enough for me to express enough. You know what I mean? You guys, like, we are presenting ourselves on social media, but nobody says that you have to tell your whole story. What I would encourage you to do is show the lightness within the dark seasons and present that in a way that's not like, negative. In network marketing, we are hope brokers. We're always going to be lifing. You don't have to tell everything. I know that I am very open, and I know that Katie is open as well. And run with that. But social media and network marketing is it's you can thrive by showing the light in the darkness and express as much as you want. And I heard from rest her soul, Jesse Lee, authenticity over everything. So the way that I came to some of these like decisions to show up on the days that I didn't want to, because it doesn't come naturally, was simply because I knew that there would be pain and purpose, and there is a person on the other end who is still in it. And if you were constantly thinking about helping the person you used to be, because this business is about helping, even the person that you used to be, then your story isn't about you. Your pain doesn't become so scary to discuss because trust, somebody else is going through it. So if you don't put the focus on, oh my gosh, they're going to know about what I'm going through, and instead you understand that I am a beacon of hope. I am helping people through the process, because that's what network marketing is. The moment that it's all about you will see those leaders that make it about them. They don't last very long. But when it's about everybody else, including the person you used to be, that's how I can simplify it. You all know that your troubles. So there's somebody else out there that is going through the same heartbreak, who is going through the same financial burdens, who is struggling to manage all of the children and the things and life. And what can you do to show that it is possible? Because trust me, honey, it's all within every single one of us. We just don't think it is, or we're ashamed of what we're going through, as opposed switch your mindset. This business is 99% mindset. If you just understand that, like, this is not happening to me, it's happening for me, you will not be ashamed of your story. So, and then once you start practicing that, it becomes habitual. It becomes second nature. It becomes, I don't care if they're judging me. And the people that would judge you, they fall away. I see many leaders that have a lot of negativity and mean comments, and they're posting about, network marketing or political views or their faith or whatever. I don't get that backlash because I have become so laser focused on knowing who I am that I don't attract those people. And if I'm not for you, bless and release. You can unfollow me. And that just strengthens my following, and that just strengthens the people I connect with, because I am niched down to the person that I connect with. They've taught us a long time to connect with everybody. You guys know you want to connect to your niche audience, to the woman that you can actually help. And I know that we go through many chapters and seasons, and you're going to connect with a different woman at a different time. I was a stay-at-home mom at one point, married. I'm connecting to the married women. I have many married women leaders. I have a lot of single moms on my team now, and I have transformed and transitioned in life, as every single one of us are. We should never be ashamed in the chapter that we are in currently, because success, it comes and it goes. It comes and it goes. And if you just pretend success, and you're embarrassed about the divorce, and you're embarrassed about the betrayal, and you're embarrassed that you don't have your shit together, right? Like, sometimes you see these people, they're crying. I was crying on one of my latest reels. That's embarrassing, right? I know, Katie, right? We're going through it. Listen, I'm all about visiting Pity City, but we don't live there. Okay, we pack our bags and we show people how to get out of it. Doesn't mean we don't experience it, because that would be inauthentic. That would be fake. Again, one of my favorite mentors, people connect through your strengths and not through your weaknesses. But honey, if you're negative Nancy all day long, I'm going to start unfollowing you. What I want to see is you pick your shit up. What I want to see you is make the decision and bring me on the journey. And now I'm looking at you like, if she can do it, I can do it. You know, that's the whole purpose behind um social media and telling your story, owning your shit. But you got to get out of it. And this is a little tough love because I see a lot of people that get stuck in the woe is me, and you're unfollowing. You know, I'm on TikTok and I'm listening to abusive relationships until I can't deal with it anymore. And now I got to change what I'm putting out and what I'm consuming, because your For You pages, your social media pages, they're a reflection of what you're thinking. The second I shifted my mindset, now I've got positive women on my page. Now I've got positive quotes, and I've got this, and I'm energetically aligned with that, as opposed to staying in this depression, which is just ultimately an excuse. It's an excuse for you to woe with me, and she's got it bad and I've got it bad, and now we're all having a damn pity party. You gotta get out of that. Spend a little time in Pity City. Find people that you can relate to, because it's okay to find people that are going through the same shit. But then, how did she get out of it? It's okay to unfollow people online and in real life. Negative friends that are taking you down the wrong avenue. Sometimes, honey, people are there for a season and a reason, and you gotta let them go. And the moment you recognize that is when you're growing. You're intended to grow. Intended, because it's free will, it's a choice. You could stay there. You can stay there 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. I hear women 50 years later, if my husband would have, if he would have, if he would have. I'm like, oh, hell to the no. You did what you did. I went through what I went through. And now watch me, because I'm going to take that pain and I'm going to turn into purpose.
Yes. Pain to power, pain to
Mhm.
purpose. Love it. And that is so true. Some people are there to give you a lesson. Not everybody is there in your life forever. And you need to set those boundaries and, level up when it comes to what you allow, because what you allow then becomes your reality. It becomes your
Mhm.
reality. So what are you allowing in your life that's negative? Let's cut that out today. So, what helps you, Jen, stay on track with your mindset, with, staying laser focused? Because you always have that shit down.
My faith first and foremost. I mean, without God, you guys, I would not have survived. And I don't know what everybody's beliefs are, but for me personally, if I hadn't had that foundational unwavering faith that I can get through this, that this is only a season, this is only a chapter. And if I just keep on showing up, the compound effect, and I'm a good person and I do things with integrity, because there's no shortcuts in life. You will see people try to take the shortcuts. They will try to, poach. They will try to approach other leaders. They will try to buy their way. And like, I mean, it's just so crazy. My faith in understanding that, you know what, if not today, then tomorrow, one step at a time, one day at a time, one healing chapter at a time. Like, I really suggest I know this is a question later on, but getting a journal and journaling out what you do on a regular basis and being reflective. I've preached about the 3-month rotation for the last 10 years, and that's in our business, and that's also in our personal habits and our mindset. Everything is seasonal, you guys. And if you're still complaining about something 3 months ago, you better plan, do review. You better look and say, okay, what has worked to help me become the better version of myself? And if we're talking about healing, then we're talking about, are you doing the things that would require you to be a healed version? Moving your body. Okay. Listen, the body keeps score. And if you've got trauma within yourself, you got to get it out. You can't just talk about like, oh, I just wish it was out. You have to do something about it. So if you're not doing that, 3-month rotation, 3 months later, go back and acknowledge what you haven't done, so that you can change and do what you need to do, because we got to take accountability too. Like, again, so many people get stuck in pity city. They really do. And I think that's what fires me up the most in this chapter of my life, because I know how dark the darkness can be. And man, if I didn't have the the friends that I did have, the support system that I did cultivate, and I went in pursuit of. You must be in pursuit of. You need to meet the man halfway. It's just not going to come. So if you show up with those daily activities, but first we don't know what they are. So be reflective. What's not working, and replace what's not working with what should work or can work. That's the thing. Cause like, I think people get caught in like, okay, this isn't working, but what am I supposed to do? Or I don't know how to stop doing this negative thing. You have to do a positive thing in place of. Just like a negative thought and a positive thought can not coexist. A bad habit and a positive habit, same thing. Interchange those things. This is about growth and changing those bad things out.
Love, love, love that. So we are going to go into the fall a little bit.
The
Boom.
fall.
Here we go. Here we go. So listen, every great comeback in life has a breaking point. What was yours, Jen? What was yours?
Well, like I was saying before, I've had a couple here. So I've been with network marketing for about the last 10 years, and I was a married woman. I came upon a devastating divorce. It just came out of nowhere, you guys. It was rooted in betrayal, and I had about a year into the business and something called personal development. If you're not doing it, I highly recommend it. It was probably my saving grace at that point. Again, this is now 9 years ago. I wasn't the sound individual. I had enough personal development to understand that I don't deserve this and I'm worthy of somebody that's going to treat me well. So I left that relationship, and that's kind of the time where the fun within my company wasn't just fun. There was no plan B. I'm a single mom of 4 children. I must make this work. And I went and continued and had a thriving business and thought I was healed enough. And a secondary relationship approached me, which I'm just now 1 year outside of. So I will say that again, seasons and chapters, and sometimes you think you're healed and sometimes you're not. And lessons come in a roundabout way, sometimes repetitively. So I just a fair warning for the woman on the other end who hasn't fully healed or doesn't understand what that actually looks like. And it's rooted in self-worth. Okay. Self-worth is going to get you the success that you want. So while I had a timeline here just to kind of go over briefly, but I 2014 joined my prior company, and 2016 is when devastation and divorce occurred. So I had about a year into the business. 1 year, I just was kind of doing my thing, discount. Then I made a decision. A year into the business, and I had earned some trips and this, that, and the other. I found myself in a divorce. And so about 3 years, I just put my head down in the sand, and I had a thriving business. It was 2019, the peak of my career within my last company. I had spoke on stages. I had done generic trainings, like a lot of good stuff, fun stuff. My team was awesome. And I met somebody, and that ended up ultimately, I think, being the secondary biggest lesson of a lifetime, because I was not healed enough. And meaning I didn't have my self-worth. I didn't have self-worth, is what I'm recognizing now. But again, lessons come sometimes 2 times. So I've added 2 additional children. So I actually have 6 children now, 4 from my marriage, 2 from this secondary relationship. And that relationship, you guys, came at a point where I thought I was healed, I would say. And I was at a place in my business that was amazing. And then the pandemic came. So I'm sure that you guys for the last 5 years have had your own lessons and awakenings and ability to potentially live throughout a stage of isolation. I think most of us have been doing that. And it's during this time frame and my decision to come to this particular company was it really ignited in myself that I needed massive change. I was almost living the same relationship twice. And so you could be in the middle of something, you could be on the outside of something and in need of a decision, but ultimately it goes right back to there's no plan B. This is time to pick ourselves up. And pharmacy, the company that we're with right now, and I say divine timing, thank you, Lord, for bringing this to me at the proper time, because it was ultimately leaving a company that I had been with for 10 years, something that was very hard to do. I was very uncertain and I was scared. I was very scared and I was not in a good place. And I know this is one of your questions, but as far as not having the support system that I needed in order to make this secondary trek in network marketing, I want to say this is like the second decade has just unfolded. It was it's as if I just needed to take everything I'd learned over the last 10 years and ultimately now put it into action. Because here's the deal, you guys. Sometimes you're going to get on the calls, you're going to go to convention, you're going to get the lessons. And if you do not activate, the lessons are in vain. Okay. Like the lessons will be in vain. There's a point in your life that you must place action. We've learned, we've had the experiences, but have you heard of repeating cycles? Okay, that's the definition of insanity. If you never pick yourself back up and you keep on going back to your toxic ways and you keep on making excuses for your business and you keep on saying tomorrow, 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 your potential is going to just be for nothing. The most expensive place in the world is the grave. That is where people go to die, dreams go to die. So I don't want that for anybody. And again, this is why I preach and I made that decision to leave my prior company, to leave my relationship simultaneously. I was like, this is how I'm getting out. I'm making a choice, I'm making a decision, and the potential is here. The ingredients are here. Now, the chef, that's you. You're the cook in the kitchen. You get to decide if you're going to show up and you're going to show out for your life every single day and you're going to help the person on the other end, or you're just, going to keep on. I could be still at that other company. Definitely not where I am here today with pharmacy because I made that choice and I stayed focused. I stayed focused regardless of what was for the greater good for my family, my children, which are ultimately, the purpose. In this business, you have got to have purpose and you've got to have a why. And your why needs to be stronger than your why not. And I knew that if I was going to continue in a toxic relationship, at a place where financially could not take care of my children and I had to be again having to have somebody else have all the control, that was not going to go well for me. Okay, so again, no plan B, decisions needing to be made, and then ultimately cultivating the self-discipline required to show up on those days that you don't want to. And all self-discipline is, you guys, is self-love. So again, everything is rooted in self-love and finding yourself worthy of doing the daily actions and showing up and going after your goals and your dreams. And I would imagine that every woman in the world simply wants to better their situation. Ultimately, that's the one thing we all have in common. We want to better our situation tomorrow better than what it is today. Every woman you talk to, I don't care how much money you have, she wants a better tomorrow than today. And that's where we can connect with the masses, you guys, and own our tough situation and chapter.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We have an opportunity to help women have
Mm-hmm.
independence. That's
Mm-hmm.
huge. Like, you don't want to give anybody any control. I don't like to give people
Amen.
control of anything, not relationships, not work. Like, you should be able to hold the key to your future and decide when you want to work and who you want to be around. Unfortunately, there's a lot of women out there that don't have those choices. We are here to make sure they know they do have choices. And that's another beautiful thing with this industry. So, I mean, you just mentioned then that you've got 6 children. Whoa, that's
Mhm.
massive. So huge, and you're doing that pretty much solo. Yes.
I've got thankful of my I would I feel like I have two lives, okay? So my two youngest children, we do 50-50. So, in this season chapter, I'm very thankful. Originally my divorce 3 years completely solo. This guy was just gone. And I was like, okay. I mean, sometimes it's better that they're gone, I'm just gonna say. But in this chapter, 6 kids, it's like I feel like it's the wet, God has a plan for all of us. God has a plan for every single one of us. And in my case, this makes sense because I have my other children all the time, full time. My ex lives in another state. So I'm always on mom mode no matter what. But my smallest one's 2 under 2, which is no joke. I know you know that, Katie. Thankfully, I have 50-50, which again, no room for excuses. Okay, so my kids, my work week is really Thursday through Sunday, where I can go real hard with pharmacy, and I would suggest that each one of you guys figure out what works for you, because that's the other beauty with network marketing. It takes ordinary people and gives them extraordinary results if you utilize your time wisely. I've been through chapters where I couldn't go at all. You do what you can. You do the best that you can every single day, because compound effect is what really ultimately makes the biggest difference. It could take 10 years to get that 1 year that changes your life. Okay. I've had people sign up with me that have been watching me for 10 years. And if I didn't show up throughout those 10 years, they wouldn't be here. So don't have grace for yourself. Absolutely. And just piggybacking on what you said, as far as women in general needing some sort of like nest egg or I believe that. But ultimately, I think that true partnership is with an individual that is going to encourage you, support you, and be your biggest cheerleader. So if you are in a healthy relationship, your husband should be proud of you, working with you. And if that's not the case, you might need to reevaluate some relationships. And that's just the because right now I'm for marriage, I'm for partnership, I'm for that. But listen, I'm not going to sit here and advocate for toxicity or making yourself small or partnering up with somebody or staying in a relationship because you're scared, because you're too scared, because there's somebody meant for you on the other end. You just need to become that person. Okay, so like network marketing gives you the opportunity. It is a built-in personal development strategy and compensation plan all in one. The more you work on yourself, the more you help other people, the more money you're going to make. And then boom, you've got two problems solved. And now all of a sudden, you're the version of yourself that's going to attract the right person, because the right people are not going to try to stop you or dim your sparkle. And that's a partner, that's a friendship, that's family members, that's that seasons and reasons and your elevation. You might look around and it's just you and the dog one day. That's because you're elevating.
Yeah, yeah, they say that. They say that the more you elevate, the more people you lose, because they just can't. They can't be around somebody that is so much more than them. Unfortunately, that's just the world that we live in. Now,
Mm-hmm.
one of the other questions that I've got for you in this segment is, um, was there a point in your journey where you felt like giving it all up? Be honest.
Giving up the network marketing
Just
or giving up
giving up
hope.
in general. Yeah.
Yes, I would say in the last few years, during the pandemic, this extremely toxic relationship, I hit rock bottom. Absolutely, with financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I woke up and it was me and the dog. And yes, I have a circle of the we'll call them the real ones, because here's the thing: you're not going to lose everybody. You'll just keep the ones that are supposed to stay there with you. And if there is nobody, then so be it. You're raising your frequency and you will attract those people that are designed to be in that chapter of your life. So don't be afraid to be alone, because number one, you're never alone, but just in general, don't be afraid. And so to answer the question, absolutely. I found myself in a state of isolation, and I've never been depressed. So I was like, is this depression? I mean, I was literally and just I mean, I could what I think that sometimes you have to hit rock bottom in order to relate to people that are at rock bottom. And if you've never experienced that, you can't relate, you can't be authentic. I can tell you, sit here and say I was at the darkest, deepest part of my life, to the degree where I was like, is this depression? To the degree that I was like, I don't want to even do this anymore. And that actually tears me up to say it out loud. I was like, life is too hard. This is hard. And it was and you guys, I'm my faith, absolutely. Pharmacy, thank you very much for giving me purpose. And well, my children, I mean, we if you've got kids, you can't go out like that. They're looking at you. And my daughter in particular, she said to me, and you'll have these people, I call them, your little, like, you know, God is always speaking if you listen. And my daughter came to me one day and she said, "What happened to my mom? Where did my mom go?" I was just a shell of myself at this point. And when she said that, I said, "Jennipher, oh, hell no. You ain't going out like that." And so when I joined pharmacy, literally like 3 weeks later, they had the grand opening and I was being prosecuted for going, and I went anyways. And then there was a training a couple weeks after that and I went anyways. And then in 4 months we earned Istanbul, Turkey, and I went, and I was going through this separation and I just blinders on. It's like almost at the time right before you're about to hit that diamond, as you're in the pickets of the cave, something kind comes to distract you, and you were this close. And so if you're sitting on the other end of this and you're like, "I feel something in me, I need to do something," like, stay so laser focused, you guys. I promise you, if you build it, they will come, but build yourself first.
Yeah. And I mean, you've just answered the next question, which was how did you navigate back out of the dark to get
Mhm.
to where you are right now?
um I mean, I would say number one,
Because I would say,
prayer.
Jen, for me, your mindset is so on point. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, like I feel every single word. Every time I come on the phone to you, we have a message, we talk, voice notes, whatever.
Sorry,
I'm like,
sorry, I've got the beast.
it's okay. Instantly, I feel better. She's just got that thing. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, I know what it is. It's personal development. I know that's the thing that she does consistently. You know, she's spiritually aligned. She always puts into her body good things, always working out, all of the things. But is there anything particular that maybe is not the norm that helps you navigate through that dark time?
um I mean, I just have to keep going back to my faith. I mean, you guys, I know that not everybody has that, but ultimately, I would faith and how you speak to yourself. Okay, whatever you believe in, your affirmations and how you talk to yourself will reflect into your reality. If you are sitting here and you are saying, "I can't," "She's better," "I'm not," it's not for me, and only you know the truth. This is the real fun part about life. Only you know your inner conversations. You can fake it till you make it, or you can faith it till you make it. And in order to really get this strengthened mindset, I mean, listen, you take the pain, you make it to purpose. Somebody tells you you can't, you have a choice. You either let it fire you up and you say, "I'm gonna prove you wrong." And honestly, that's a lot of the ways that I've channeled. It's like, listen, nobody's gonna put baby in a corner. I'm not going down like that. God gave us this life to live, and the devil comes to try to steal that. So I said to myself one day, "You know what? If it's if I go down, I let the devil win." And that just can simply not happen. If I choose bad habits, the devil is winning. If I choose to not show up for myself, I allow the devil to win, and I refuse to allow to let that happen. So that just ultimately strengthened my mindset. And listen, not every day is an easy day. We make bad decisions. We don't show up. We eat the things that we shouldn't. We skip the workout. We don't go live. We're not in our stories. We don't go to convention because we go on some other trip instead, or whatever. We spend our money on something stupid. Like, we are human, but ultimately, you also have the power to make decisions. Like, we have so much more power than we give ourselves credit for. The power of choice it's crazy. You can just simply decide, "I'm sick and tired of this. I'm choosing different." And tomorrow you can be a completely different version of yourself. So be it. If you decide, and you guys, cultivating character is simply daily activities. Who are you really when nobody's looking? You are the sum of your daily decisions and habits. And a habit is simply derived based on how consistently you do it. So show up for yourself for 30 days. You can do anything for 30 days. All of a sudden, you're a different version of yourself. You're not intended to stay the same. You have that possibility. So why not make make life work for you instead of you work for life? That's what I would suggest. And when I realized that that was an option, like at the end of the day, you're not by yourself, but you're by yourself. Nobody's going to rescue you. You might have a support spouse, you might have this, but that's it's you got to show up for yourself. Your body, your mind, what you're witnessing, what you're viewing, what you're listening to, the music, the friends that you keep company with, those are your choices and decisions. And if you got to cut somebody out, and because we all got those relationships and they're just like, stay, stay, stay. Misery loves company, honey. You got a bad friend. Let's go out tonight. You don't need to do your team call. Let's go drinking. Let's go. Like we all have. Be so strong in yourself that you say no. Learn to say no so that you can say yes. Long term, you got to have a long term vision. When I was building my business 10 years ago, I was in this, well, I was in the kitchen. I didn't have an office at that point, and everybody was going out. I was 31. Everybody's going out. I'm here working my business. I'm going live every single day or making videos. We didn't have live back then. Every day I'm showing up I remember there was a time when it was 2 years straight. I did not miss a day. It didn't matter if it was a holiday. It didn't matter what was going, even if it's 15 minutes. I'm making a video. Then when it was live, I'm there every single day. Because you're building a foundation. Like I said, it can take 10 years to get to that 1 year that changes the trajectory of your life. But if you keep starting over, it's just going to take a little bit longer. And I'm not here to waste time. You got one life to live, you guys. One life. We're promised what? The average lifespan is 80 years old or something like that at this point. You might as well get on it right now and, start living so that you can, or start working so that you can live, I should say.
Yeah,
You
we're
don't
not.
like your full-time job? You can retire from your full-time job. Break out of the matrix, so to speak. Build your own business, build your own, legacy. You have that here at Pharmacy. We have all the ingredients we need.
Yes, baby. That's what I like to hear. All of the things. We're not even promised tomorrow. Do you know what I mean?
Hmm.
We're not
Yep.
even promised tomorrow. Would you be happy with what you've done with your life so far if you didn't open your eyes tomorrow morning?
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I know we're going
I,
deep
s-
tonight, but
I saw something in it, and I think I posted it in my story, and it was, your brand is not what you do, but how you make people feel.
mhm, yes.
So every single day that you're showing up, because some of us, I have people on my team, they're here for the camaraderie. They're not here for financial gain, and they're here to make other people feel good, and they want to feel good too. So you think about, what is your brand, honestly, when you're showing up. And look at it this way: if it's hard for you to show up, you're scared to go live, you don't like, you don't want to take a selfie because you don't feel comfortable, confident, just know that the day that you potentially show up is the day that somebody on the other end that really needs to hear your message, see you being vulnerable, see you showing up for yourself, become so inspired that it changes her life. Okay. So again, it's like that also prevents you from not showing up, understanding that every time you show up, you could be changing somebody's life. And I'm like, well, hey, somebody 5 years ago, Jennipher 5 years ago, really would have needed this message here today. So therefore, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show up, even on lives when I feel like, well, I was telling Kathy, I see her on here. I was like, we were just talking about the dang dog. We were talking about anything at work, like still showing up and like, you're like, should I delete that? No, you shouldn't delete that. No, you shouldn't. Absolutely not. I mean, it's who you are. It's you showing up and sharing your story and ultimately bringing the light. We are hope brokers. We're bringing the light to people. We're giving them an opportunity. We're hope brokers. Without this opportunity, somebody might be stuck in a toxic relationship, not have the financial means. We get paid 3 days after every sale. You can build a business. You can even get 50% in commission here, which is insane. Build yourself, the clientele. What is your goals? Be goal oriented. Also, to have a very successful business, you do have to have goals as well. And that all comes with that comes. Like I said, I started with not no goals. So whatever chapter or season you're on, I like to like give you all the different potential avenues. Some people, this is the sisterhood you never knew you needed. Okay. This is an introduction to personal development, aka get to know yourself on a deeper level. This is an ability to travel. Travel makes you a storyteller. Travel gives you experience. Travel gives you wisdom. You can go places here. I never went anywhere before networking. I was scared on dang plane. Next thing you know, I'm on a cruise ship in the middle of the damn ocean. Like, who am I? 6 months ago, 4 months, whatever, 5 months ago, I was in Istanbul, Turkey, on the other side of the world. I was like, how am I? What am I doing out here, Lord? What am I doing on the other side? I mean, I was scared out of my mind. But I have gone places, seen things, met people. I have an appreciation for other people simply because I put myself in proximity with people who have far less than we have, you guys, far less. And they're happy. Happiness is a choice as well. But you can experience so many beautiful things. Life is worth living. And the relationships and the people that you are gonna meet in this industry, life changing. Proximity is power. Yes, life change either way, okay, for the good or the bad. What I will tell you is network marketing will give you the ability to have an activation of it's discernment, but intuition that you maybe not have had access to right now. But when you grow and you learn yourself, you start empowering yourself, you start recognizing your worth. You're not going to let the negativity around you for very much longer, you guys. Negativity is darkness. It is self-limiting beliefs. It gets in your head. It prevents you from showing up and being the light, going live and overcoming obstacles, and ultimately being the phoenix rising. Okay, like really, everybody here on this call right now has something inside of them because you've aligned with this frequency that Katie and I have, the pharmacy has had, all the way from Amber on down. I mean, we are in the right place with the right people at the right time. All you got to do is make the decision and choose if you're going to ignite the flame that's just waiting inside of you. And my flame is lit, honey. Okay.
She's a burning.
I'm burning with purpose, burning with passion. Purpose fuels everything. The day when you think about your why, you're going to have purpose. And that purpose is going to be so powerful that it will just burn inside of you. I look at my kids and I'm like, oh, heck, my purpose is to provide for my children, to show them that that we deserve a healthy relationship. They deserve to not, to be able to experience. Every mom wants the best for their children. They want to give them what they didn't have. So you have that within network marketing. There's not another industry like this, you guys, with with a small startup and no experience necessary. And I don't care where you live. I don't care what color your skin is. I don't care how old you are. Like it is a crazy industry that just over the last few years has given respect. Since 2020, people are like, okay, hold on, I can make money from my phone. There's affiliate marketing, there's social selling, but network marketing will stand the test of time. It will stand the test of time. That's why you see what's happening, and that's why we have what we have within pharmacy, which is this this they've told us they're not going to go anywhere else because they're smart too. Our CEOs, you guys, I'm telling you, right time, right place. They're smart. They know what they're building here because they know legacy. They're 76 years in the business and they want something here that's going to be tried and true. And affiliate marketing, that was fun. Okay. And selling the courses, awesome. Where are they now? Okay. Network marketing is going to stand the test of time if you stand the test of time.
Yes, baby. That's what we like to hear. So we're going to go into the rebuild because I know there's going to be a lot of women on here that are quite new to the industry and will want to know about your baby steps. And I know that you have done this recently, 12 months, you've been in with pharmacy now. So let's take them back. Like, what is the first steps, would you say, in building your business and your life in the network marketing game?
The first steps would definitely be taking inventory of your social media. You understand. First step is acknowledging you're running a business. Okay. Your Facebook, your social media, all that, it's intended to be a vessel and an avenue for people to have eyes on what you are selling, aka the value you are bringing. So, for the business minded person on the other end, take inventory of your social media, set up shop, make it look presentable. There's not we just had this call on Friday, and it's, what's your lighting look like? You got to invest into your business. If you want to have success and you want people to take you seriously, then take yourself seriously. And, selfie lights, they're like $20 now. They're not even $100 like they used to be 10 years ago. Clean up your background. And I would say the announcement is a big deal. Announcing what you're doing, bringing people on the journey. Where were you? Where are you? Where are you going? Where were you? Where are you? Where you're going? That's a continual conversation that you're going to have with your audience. And I say your audience now because now we're shifting to mindset. This is not my friends and my family that you're worried about making them happy with the baby pictures and the updates on whatever. Like, yes, but your network, of course, they're gonna, they become like family. Let's be real, like they become family. But those are the people and the audience. Again, that's who you're niching into, is the empowering women on the other end of your social media platforms. So I'd start with cleaning up shop. I would start doing, the daily methods of operation. You're adding people to your social media. You're bringing value. You're using the 333 method. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. But ultimately, it is about an announcement. And I tell my girls that are relaunching and who have not been consistent to simply say, hey, I haven't been consistent. I've been with pharmacy for the last 6 months. And today I made the decision. There's that word again. I made the decision that I'm going to take this business and I'm going to go pro. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to go pro with my business moving forward. Ultimately, okay, Katie, I don't know if that flew over your head, but like, I'm just laughing over here. Go pro with your business. And because ultimately that's the decision that you're going to be bringing people on the journey. So I don't care who you were yesterday. You bring people on the journey and you say, this is what I'm doing. But that's the point. Bringing people on the journey. Then who's on the journey with me? Oh my gosh, Deborah. Who's on the journey with me? That's the audience and the network. And that's how do I get eyes on my network? You provide value. And then, yes, of course, you can add hashtags and join groups and commonalities and the 333 and all those things. Those are the like, that's the boring stuff. Okay. Like, I'm not that flipping personality. It's a necessity. You do need to do things, the most successful people are doing. You have to learn. You have to be resourceful. You got to figure out what works. You're a forever student. But ultimately, it's that announcement initially, and you could do that different ways. I know Katie and I had a similar approach when we were switching companies. We did a whisper campaign. It's like, we kind of hinted that something was coming, kind of hinted at something, and you could do it anytime. Like if you are choosing to revamp your business, hey, I've got something awesome coming. Maybe it's a new VIP group. Something's coming. Count down until I launch. This business, one of my mentors, it's a continuation of campaigning. What are you campaigning? You are always campaigning something. You are campaigning convention is coming up. I'm on my way. You're campaigning ATL is coming. If you're coming to ATL, I don't know who would like, probably nobody over there, but we are going to ATL in a few days. Then after that, we're going to be Miami. I know we're campaigning. Do you guys have you noticed this theme with some of the top leaders and people that you are watching? You're watching them because you're watching to see what they're going to do next. You're waiting to see what they're doing next, okay? There's always a campaign on what your goal is. I highly recommend bringing your audience in on the journey to what your goal is. Your goal is convention. Right now, everybody should be campaigning Miami in September. You should have countdown. You should be talking about when I get to Miami, who wants to come to Miami after Miami. This is what I'm going to accomplish before Miami. Like that's like the campaigning aspect of that. And if you have a team, you better be campaigning that your team come along with you and that you guys do this as a community together. I want everybody from this call to bring one person with them to the next event. If it's a call, bring a friend tune in, listen up with me. Okay, there is power in party perspective. I don't want you guys to be showing up online by yourself. Get your friend over to have coffee with you. Get them to go to the gym with you. Get your customers to provide you with results. And so you can say, hey, listen, like this is a real thing. Really utilize these products. My friend is using these products. By the way, we're going to Miami. Who wants to come along with us? So I think that that's not enough about in a way that's broken down, but campaigning is huge. It is really a big deal. You've got to be campaigning 5 more days until I go to my sleepover with my best friend. And then when I get there with my best friend, we are setting up shop and we are masterminding. And I'm taking a picture because if there's no documentation, no picture, it never happened. Screenshot this call right now because you're on a call and your audience needs to see what you're doing on a Sunday night, which is building your business, growing your mindset, and getting ready to gear up for whatever the next campaign is. You see, you're bringing people on the story. Network marketing is storytelling, you guys. It is storytelling. And if you're telling the right story, if you're authentically, this is where people get tripped up. They start telling other people's stories and they start trying to tell your story where you are and what you are authentically going through. I'm getting better at my makeup skills. I've always showed up and I don't know what I'm doing. I do not be a makeup artist. I just bring them on the journey and then I get better. And they see my growth and they're like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to take my year number one. Jen's on year 11, but this could be my year one because everybody has a year one. Everybody starts off as a beginner.
Yeah. And you know, with the campaigning as well, I love that you brought that up. It does do that. It creates that curiosity with your audience where they feel like they're missing out. I don't know one woman that doesn't like missing out. It's like major FOMO. And that's what you're creating
Mhm.
when you're dangling those carrots and you're doing those campaigns. So keep those up. And they work with products, it works with your services, it works with the business, it works with your life. Campaign, 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 campaign. Move
I'm
forward.
having FOMO about France tomorrow.
I know, but I'm going to take you there. I'm going to freaking record. I'm going to prop you up. I'll take my stand. You'll be there with us. Don't worry. So, listen, what sacrifices did you have to make in the early stages? Was there some major sacrifices you needed to make?
Yes, a whole relationship.
Let's just start with that. We needed to get rid of the bloke.
I had to completely flip my whole reality upside down. I mean, I don't know what other sacrifice is bigger than that. I mean, I was literally given the decision, like, if you go, we done. And I was like, sometimes it's that big. When it comes to other sacrifices, I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to sacrifice time. Time is
Boom.
100. You might have to sacrifice some sleep.
Yeah.
I was getting up at 5:30 in the morning working out because it's the only time that I could do that when the babies were sleeping. Okay. Like, so you know what? And I didn't have support, not even in that aspect of taking care of myself. I was like, ain't nobody going to stop me from getting back in shape mentally, especially because again, another thing that you asked me, like what helped me get through working out. If I wasn't punching that punching bag, I might have been punching something else. Okay. So working, I'm just saying, I worked out every single day, like not just to get back in shape, but I was like, this is mentally helping me. Okay. Okay, I got you, girl. Like move that body. Because again, and it's like, you want to look good, you want to feel good, you want to get to Miami. I want you to have confidence. Start moving your body now because you're gonna get to Miami. You're gonna be like, oh, I wish I would have like worked out. Trust me, you are gonna feel that way. And I will say it out loud. I will say it out loud. Start moving your body so you feel good, you look good, you do good. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just
You
how
want
it
to
goes.
listen feeling like shit because when you look in the mirror, you're like, oh God, what have I done?
Exactly.
Like
And
it
then
gives you the
it goes
confidence.
back to then it goes right back to self-discipline. That's it. If you're not able to show up for yourself, listen, it takes like 21 days to create a habit, you guys. And it's hard throughout that time frame. But once you get it mastered, now it's your character. Okay. That's who you are. You're always evolving and you get to choose it and decide who you want to evolve into. So if you want to be a healthier version of yourself, then you're going to start working out. And we've got amazing supplements and products. So you're going to make money too. So it's just stupid to not work out because you're building a business. So I use that as motivation too. It's like, hello, I'm selling supplements. I'm going to work out because that just makes sense.
It just goes hand in hand. Yeah. You want to educate people, number one. That's a big one. And then also you want to be living the lifestyle that you are, your products are selling,
Authentic.
you can't
Again,
sell nutrition if you're not, focused on that.
exactly. And pharmacy does have, if you're not a nutrition girly, then you got the makeup. And if but you know what gets me it is I mean, I had so many people reaching out to me over. I started working out on via online before we had pharmacy 2020 because I had the baby. And then I wasn't, guys, I was just doing it for funsies, showing up online looking like a psychopath, really, when I look back at it. But I was like, okay, this is fun. And I had so many people saying, you're motivating me to move my body, to move my body. And I was like, okay, good. I'm glad. I'm just doing it to hold myself accountable. And then it turned to like, my personality. And then pharmacy came 5 years later. Like, look at that. It's just like I was already prepared. You're supposed to be ready for the opportunity. Be ready before it's there. That's another like a key thing I've heard, and it's definitely true. It's accurate. Because then when I came over to pharmacy, I was immediately able to take my supplements. I'd already been working out for 4 years online.
Yeah, you already had the eyes on you. You had the audience that was prepared to buy
Yeah.
nutritional products because they were so interested in moving the body more now because
Hmm.
of you, because you've influenced them to look after themselves.
Yeah.
They were then open to, Jen, I want that aloe glow. Jen, tell me more about the L-carnitine. So yeah, like putting yourself out there, looking after yourself,
Hmm.
it all links in, and it's going to
It
help
really
you build a
does.
solid business. It's really, really good stuff. So let's go to the final segment. This is the lessons, the wins, the future. This is the nice stuff. Um, we'll start with probably the hardest question. What's the hardest lesson that you've had to learn on your journey so far?
And the hardest part is that the hardest lesson I had to learn was ultimately not everybody that is in your circle is in your corner.
Yeah.
That really, really was a very difficult lesson, because whether that's in your four walls of your home and or sometimes on the outside, that here's the deal, you guys. Sometimes people are attracted to you because they want to dim your sparkle. They just want to because there's jealousy. I don't normally preach this. And this was a newfound awareness over the last year because I don't understand jealousy. We all have the ability to just, get what we need out of life. There's abundance is everywhere. There's so much room for success. But I would suggest you to be wary of who you allow in your inner circle and what advice you take and who you take it from. And that's within, I tell my team all the time, it's okay to be a copycat so long as you copy the right cat. Okay, so if you wouldn't trade places with somebody, then do not take advice from, and understand that it's possible that you have potential within you and a light within you that sometimes people do not want you to win. So again, blinders on, and you don't let that affect you regardless.
Love that.
Hmm.
So, what's been your proudest moment in your business and in your motherhood, would you say?
Every single time one of my team members advances and or more importantly gets an aha, like the glimmer in her eyes, that like she's showing up for herself in ways that she wasn't prior. She's working out now. She's got confidence. She's creating the content. She has happiness and joy within herself that she did not have before. That's what keeps me going when I hear those stories of, man, this is changing my life. This is giving me something I didn't even know that I needed. And it's like being just a little part of that journey. That's so it's so valuable. I love that. Yes, purpose, Deborah. It's that's been probably my favorite part. And then yeah, of course, I love it when my girls are able to travel as well. Like, that is something that I love. So whenever we're on these trips and we're coming together in the community that we've cultivated, it's probably my proudest moments is that team camaraderie, powerful women coming together.
Yeah, definitely. Love that. So that's why I love you so much, because she is very much for everybody else. And I love that. So, if you could speak to the version of yourself who was at rock bottom, we talked about that, when you was really, boom, wanting to give up, what would you say to her?
I would say everything is seasonal, Jen, and it gets better. Just keep on showing up.
Yeah, for sure. And what's next for you, Jen? Obviously, we've kind of teased what's going on. I'm flying out to Istanbul. Jen's got an incredible leader who has got 42 of her team there. I'm going over to be a support for Jen. Um, what we're saying, Jen, there's going to be over 1,000 French girls signing up tomorrow.
It's insane. And, like I said, it can take 10 years for that 1 year to change your life. And I reckon that this is going to be life changing, not only for me, but for the women that are partnering up, for Katie as well, for Amber, for Renee, that is what network marketing is about. When you are joining a team, you know that you are being part of a greater force for a greater good. And we all have that, you guys. We are all collectively working together. And I am beyond grateful for this 11th year after 10 years, which, it's going to be life changing. And I have come to that acknowledgement, and I do feel blessed, but there was a lot of hard stuff before we get here, and we're not done. So my goal is for more people to experience, to go through what could take 10 years. There's heartache and there's hard times, and if this can be a potential way to, problem solve whatever issues, confidence, finances, getting out of an abusive relationship, whatever it is that you're dealing with, the community, the women, it's really what I'm excited to continue to sharing my journey, inspiring other women to really believe in themselves and keep on showing up. That's what I'm excited for. And I'm trying to get to the UK and see you, Katie, eventually. So for the future, more travel, more time, come visit all of you guys over there, and just continue to build like this amazing movement that we have all collectively together. Remember, you guys, we're all together. Even when you don't feel like you are, we really are part of something big. So take that really to like heart. Understand that your upline success is your success. Your downline success is your success. You are part of a big movement. I get off the calls. My team gets off the calls and we're like, we know we're part of something huge, something big. We are empowering empowered women empower women. The empowered woman empowers women. So you have that ability to do that. So you say, look what my team is doing. Look what Amber is doing. I think we can all say like, wow, Amber, thank you. She was the first one to make the decision. That's why we're all here. You see how that goes? Amber made a decision, and then Katie and I came here. And if Amber hadn't come, then Katie wouldn't have came, and then I wouldn't have came, and then my French girls, they wouldn't have come. It's a domino effect. And if you're on the right team, honey, you are unbeatable. And I'm going to tell you right now, this team is the team to be on. We are a force to be reckoned. I don't want to say we're small because we're not, but we are small, but we are mighty. Okay. In comparison. And if you know what I'm talking about, and I will say Team Sparkle originally, she's come through, and in the last year, pharmacy has more eyeballs on them than ever before. Before we came over here, they were 3 years in, but that grand opening, they had a newfound social media presence, and the momentum has just since that moment nonstop. And so I tell my team, the next 3 years, you guys are going to be life changing. Pharmacy has eyeballs on them. And I know Katie and I have experience within our last company being like this ground floor, this part of the business, what we're building right now. We get to be the pioneers, the OGs. We get to tell the people that didn't hear about pharmacy or heard about pharmacy a few years ago. They've changed everything. And in the UK, you guys are brand new there. You have so much, oh my goodness, opportunity right now to get to speak it from the rooftops. It's not even a household name right now. Pharmacy is not a household name, not in the United States. I know not in the UK, and certainly not in France. Can you imagine how life-changing this is going to be if you get some very powerful women that have this decision? If we all just have a decision and we all just go out there and we just go for the gold. We talk about our business with pride. We put our shoulders back, we put our head up, and we say, we've got something to offer. If you don't want it, that's cool. I remember there was this one girl, she said, we don't dance for anybody. You got to understand, we have something awesome here. And if they don't want it, that's okay. You don't beg. When you step into a level, let me tell you this. This is one thing. This will be my last thing that I say before I get off this stool here. But you don't beg anybody. Do not beg anybody. And if you put your frequency or vibration into a state of desperation, it works against you. I don't want you guys to ever feel desperate. There is abundance. There's so much there for you. And if that person doesn't want to join, or if she joins somebody else, because I've seen people get so upset. She joined somebody else, and then now all of a sudden you don't think it's for you. This is makeup, you guys. It's not rocket science. Everybody wants to feel beautiful. Everybody should be taking care of their body. Everybody wants nice, beautiful hair. So you are the solution to the problems. We are the solution to the problems. And if they don't want it, they're not ready. That's it. Keep it moving. Somebody else is waiting.
Holy, oh, that was fire. And I was going to ask you one last question, but I'm not, because you've just answered it. I said, have you got any final thoughts? And she just threw it right out. She doesn't even need questions, this girl. She is unreal. Please let us know in the comments what has been your gold nugget from tonight. What is it that you're going to be going away and implementing into your business? Let us know in the comments. Know as well that Jen is available. She is online all the time. If you've got any questions for her, she will answer them for you, the guys that are showing up in the group now. Incredible. This Zoom will be downloaded, and I'm going to upload it to the YouTube channel. So you will have access to it to put out to your teams and all the rest of it as and when you need to. Anybody that you think, you know what, needs to hear this, pass it on. That's what we're about. That's what network marketing is all about. And if I could give you anything tonight as sort of a tip, go out and have conversations. Go out and speak to more people. We have got an incredible opportunity to help people transform, to level up in their lives and the business. It's not just business here, it's also transformational. It's a transformational journey. We are unrecognizable from when we first started 11 years ago, 12 years ago for Jen. You guys are already on the stepping stone of your journey. You'll probably already see changes from where you started to where you are right now, and you're going to keep on growing. You're always going to be evolving, okay? And that's what these calls on a Sunday are all about. It's all about elevation. It's all about stepping into a greater power. And Jen has walked a 12-year path that now you've now got gold nuggets for that can shave off years of failing forward. So take it all in, implement it into your own lives and into your own businesses, and let's see where we all are in 12 months from now. Jen, it was an absolute pleasure. I knew you was going to be absolute fire. And I'll speak to you. Obviously, I'm going to be speaking to you tomorrow on FaceTime, probably just right with you like this at the side of my head the whole time. But guys, thank you so much, Jen. If you can all just say thanks, it would be amazing. Thank you very much. We love you dearly.
Can't wait to see you.
Oh,
Bye.
love that.
Bye.
And I will see you all next week, same time, 9 o'clock, okay? We've got another special guest. We're revealing on Saturday night next week, okay? Love yous. Mwah. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Later. Good night.